Earlier today, Bungie put out another article regarding another list of tuning previews going into Season 21 or Season of the Deep, and this time around they are talking about the armor. Now, there was basically two goals they mentioned. Basically, identify stuff that was underused and revamp them to increase appeal, and tune down anything that has been too powerful going forward. So you can already imagine what might be happening to one certain fiery grenade one. Now, going forward, there is some changes, and they go class by class, so if you're waiting for your one, get ready. For Hunters, on the front page, Ahamkara Grasp. This exotic will now reload the magazine of all your weapons when you defeat a target with a powered melee, and for 5 seconds after dealing said damage, you gain increased movement speed and jump height. Which, I'm not sure how well it's going to play out, but only time will tell. Then what I'm excited for, Atheros Embrace, gain additional strength while the exotic's weighted knife damage is active. Because basically there's a lot of times when you get to the buff knife, you use it, but it doesn't restore. You're just kind of waiting for your knife to restore naturally. That way, now when you keep earning the bonus damage, it will also improve everything else. Now, Oathkeepers, a rework, so while fully drawn, bows gain a bonus to damage against combatants and increases as you hold the draw, but deactivates after a few seconds. The reasoning why? They wanted to stop using Oathkeepers as a passive bow damage buff, and use it more as this provides a better buff. You have to use it more actively though. Then Raiju's Harness, they are reworking, so making it when you deactivate your Arc Staff super manually, you'll create a blinding explosion that temporarily increases arc weapon damage, Mask of Backer style. However, the blocking with Whirlwind Guard will no longer consume energy more slowly. So essentially now it will just make it so that a deactivation will cause a slight blending Nova Bomb with a buff. Now, Radiant Dance Machines as well. Kills while your free dodge is active extend the duration of free dodging. And it no longer deactivates when you get too far away from enemies. Deactivates, however, after using Suspending Slam on the Strand Hunter. Now, a nerf to Stompies in another way. Remove the airborne effectiveness penalties, but now you only get increased speed, slide distance, and improved jumping while your dodge energy is full. Now, I don't know how I feel about this, because now it just feels like more people are going to build entirely into mobility and get permanent dodge restoring. So now, I know this site, it's to do less uptime, but it's the Hunter dodge. It refreshes on 20 seconds on a good day, so it's hard to say. People don't exactly use the dodge willingly if they need it for something. And lastly, for Mask of Baccharis, now there's a lot of terminology here. They changed it to use Tier 4 non-stacking weapon damage bonus, which behaves the same as non-stacking damage bonus provided by Surge mods. Damage bonus increases in PvE from 10% to 25%, and now gains a 6% bonus to weapon damage in PvP. Now, however, it no longer stacks with Surge leg armor mods, but provides a large bonus that can be achieved with 3 such mods equipped. Basically, if you run Baccharis, you don't need to worry about surges because you will have a natural 3 mod surge all the time. Now going into Titans. Now, Point Contact Cannon Brace, which I'm excited about. Lightning Strikes will now jolt targets, increases PvE damage per lightning bolt from 50 to 200. Being amplified now increases the damage of lightning strikes by 50% instead of extending their range. I'm excited about that. I pretty much ran point contact race all season of Plunder while everyone else using Heart of Inmost Light, and I was enjoying it a lot. No backup plans. Complete rework, replacing the old functionality entirely. Now provides a moderate benefit to airborne effectiveness and reload speed of shotguns. While you have a Void Overshield, shotguns deal increased damage, and shotgun final blows will refresh said overshield. While using a Void subclass, Rapid Shotgun Final Blows, or defeating a powerful enemy with a shotgun grants you a Void Overshield and kicks off health regen. So it sounds like no backup plans is going to be used by a lot of Titans in Crucible aping with a shotgun. Second Chance. Shield Throw Melee now weakens enemies. Stunning a barrier champion with said shield throw will grant a full recharge. Well, of the single one you threw. So there's that. Now with Strongholds. Replace the healing from blocking shots precisely with a significant damage reduction. 50% reduction in PvE and 10% in PvP. While blocking with a sword, generally. When you stop blocking, you gain restoration times 2 with a duration that increases based on the number of shots you blocked. Basically, it's intended to absorb a ton of damage and reward you for blocking a ton of damage. Then, for Eternal Warrior, rapid takedowns with an arc weapon grant an escalating bonus to arc weapon damage, like Path of the Burning Steps. Using the same non-stacking damage bonus used by Surge mods. This can go all the way to tier 4 damage bonus, granting a damage bonus of 25% in PvE and 6% in PvP, providing a larger bonus that can be achieved when 3 Surge mods are equipped. While at tier 4 damage bonus, arc kills refresh the bonus's duration, and after your Fist of Havoc super ends, you will gain a tier 4 damage buff. Basically, Eternal Warrior is no more, now we have Eternal Arc Warrior. There we go. Now, one that seems kind of pointless. The solar damage wave of Kepri's Horns will now scorch targets. Who uses Kepri's Horn in the first place? That, like, literally, you have to rework that completely to kind of make it worth it. Then, as well, Path of the Burning Step, same similar change. Change to use non-stacking weapon damage bonus for use by Surge mod. This can go all the way to tier 4 bonus, granting up to a bonus of 25% in PvE and 6% in PvP. Providing a larger bonus can be achieved with 3 Surge mods equipped. While at the tier 4 bonus, however, solar kills refresh the bonus's duration, and becoming encased immediately grants you the tier 4 damage buff. Now for Dune Marchers, this is pretty much expected. Reduce the range of chain damage from 20 meters to 12, and PvP damage from 85 to 50. So stop crutching on them Dune Marchers. It's not happening anymore. Now, for Warlocks, the Vesper of Radius. Your Rift now emits an arc shockwave every 5 seconds that deals damage, 200 in PvE and 70 in PvP. Enemies defeated by these shockwaves explode for additional 100 damage, and if you have an arc subclass equipped, will also blind nearby enemies. Not gonna lie, that sounds spicy. However, Fallen Sunstar and Crown of Tempest are kind of the go-to for all arc subclasses, so you kind of gotta nail them a little bit to make that worth it. Chromatic Fire increases the radius and damage of the explosion created by precision kinetic takedowns. This explosion also applies a status effect to targets by damaging it depending on which subclass you have equipped. So you will either blind, scorch, slow, sever, or weaken an enemy depending on the subclasses you run with Chromatic Fire. Not that shabby. Dawn Chorus will now make it so your Daybreak projectile bonus damage will have increased and is no longer reliant on the enemy being scorched prior to that. Sanguine Alchemy, standing in a rift grants a non-stacking bonus to weapon damage matching your subclass damage type. This damage bonus is the equivalent of 2 Surge mods generally, so it's 17% in PvE and 4.5% in PvP. They're going all in on the matching elemental theme. Now, Claws of Ahamkara. Powered melee kills create an orb of power. When heavy-handed mods are equipped, increases the potency of the orb spawned. No more than 1 orb can be spawned per takedown. Basically, it's just heavy-handed in addition with it, so you get more things. Although, I'm not sure if you still have 2 melee charges with it, so we have to see. Now, Mantle of Battle Harmony. Weapon bonus damage changed to tier 4 when super is fully charged, increasing damage bonus in PvE from 20% to 25%, and reducing the damage bonus from 15% to 6% in PvP. No longer stacks with Surge mods, but provides a larger benefit that can be achieved with 3 Surge mods equipped. Damage bonus only applies to weapons that match your subclass damage type, and now stacks with Empowering Rift and other similar damage bonuses. Extended base rotation of the bonus from 6 seconds to 10 seconds, and 3 seconds to 5 seconds in PvP. And for a fitting aspect, straight up removed extended melee range. Basically, it's good enough that it doesn't need it, so stop breaking the game. Then Prometheum Spur. Grants Rift energy for any solar weapon takedown, with more energy granted for solar weapon takedowns while standing in a rift. Also, you now have to be standing in a rift when you get the final blow for the exotic to consume your class ability energy and create a rift at the target's location. Now, the dreaded Starfire nerf that everyone was expecting. Reduce the amount of energy gained per instance of damage from 20% to 2.5% damage. Empowered weapon kills now grant 20% melee or 20% grenade energy. Basically, oh boy. Starfire has been super powerful, and they need to find a way to bring it within the way it works while keeping it still effective. If you didn't see a Starfire nerf coming, guess what? Your single target damage crutch is now half as effective, just as a general idea. So start branching out and find other ways to deal damage, why don't you? On that note, that is everything they are changing, or at least everything they are keying us into for changes going forward with Exotic Armor in Destiny 2 for Season of the Deep. Now, could we expect more to happen mid-season? Possibly, but this is the broad reworking. They might buff something a little bit here and there, but this is the... We think this is trash, and we need to make it not trash change. With that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.